All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show, Transform Your Reality, where we have ordinary people who are overcoming so many things in their lives and who are making ordinary people achieve extraordinary results. Today, we've got a very great gentleman. This gentleman has traveled the world, has been to so many different countries, and it's so amazing how he has been to all these different countries and managing to settle in so many different countries and make life as comfortable as possible as he can, and also be able to adapt to the new environment. So today, we've got a special guest, Mr. Edmore Todhlana.
Thank you, my brother Henry, and thanks for having me on the show. In short, Edmore is a humanitarian worker who specializes in locations or in places in trying to assist people that have been affected by disasters, be they man-made disasters or natural disasters. And that's where my background is, and I specialize in coordinating any efforts that will assist in helping people to get back to their normal lives, as it were. So in essence, I don't know if I should already come in and just tell you where I'm coming from in terms of work, or or we can cover that later. Well, let me say, and this is one thing I probably want to encourage or to say to many parents. When I was growing up, I will tell you that I did not know what I wanted to be until I was Form 5. I passed at some point I wanted to be an engineer, then I wanted to be a pilot, then I wanted to be a doctor, then I wanted to be a teacher, then I wanted to be this. And I didn't exactly know what I want. I wasn't fully convinced what I wanted to be until I was Form 5. And it actually happened by coincidence. I met a colleague of mine in the same hostel I was in high school, who started telling me about social work. And that actually resonated with my heart when he started speaking about social work. And I was wondering, what is this social work you're talking about? And he expounded further. I researched a bit more about it, and I knew this is what I want to be. The very aspect of being there for people, helping them to explore themselves and realize their potentials, to assist them from their places of being in a tight situation to get back to their normal lives. And this is where I thought, this is what I want to be. I want there to be peace. I want someone who does not have a meal today to have a meal so they can see tomorrow. I want someone who is crying to have a shoulder to lean on. I want someone who is missing their parent to have someone who they can call father, can call mother. You know, it's something that kind of then resonated with my heart, and that was the beginning of my journey. And thereafter, I went off. I skipped even 1 year of university simply so I could catch up with a diploma. And look at it this way. Then at that point, they actually did not have you could not go straight to university to get a degree in social work. It changed later on. You had to first of all do a diploma in social work. And then from a diploma, which was 3 years, you would then proceed to do a degree thereafter. And that's the journey I took. And some people looked at me and they were saying, but look, why are you wasting a whole year and you're actually going to be doing a diploma instead of a degree? Why the waste? But I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was convinced about. And I want to appreciate really my parents for understanding. At first they didn't understand where I was coming from, but with that, they understood my situation. They were not convinced, but they said, son, We trust your direction. Go for it. And that's one thing I want to say also to parents, that please, your children may look like they don't know what they're doing, but trust them and support them. For my parents, for my understanding, for my history in terms of not knowing where I was coming from and what I wanted to do, and up until Form 5, it was not easy. I was getting all sorts of questions, but let's be patient even when our children do not know what exactly they want to do. Let's encourage them. Let's expose them. Let them get to see different options, but let them take their own course. Well, I think one of my greatest challenges that I faced was when I first got my international job. Maybe that was the second job, the second challenge. The first challenge was immediately or soon after high school, soon after college actually. You want to get working, you want to start earning, you want to have, and the job market, there is nobody in the job market, and there are no people that you may not be knowing anybody to help you out, and you are depending on this and that to try and make a living. But when I was finishing college, I did not want to go and stay with any of my relatives. I just wanted to try and make it in life. So I actually opted to stay with friends. Some of them who were not even working, and we actually struggled it together. Sometimes there was no food for us to actually eat in the house, and we'd eat veggie only and so forth. But we pulled through, and one of our greatest encouragement, these were friends that were also prayerful, and we kept encouraging ourselves that it will happen only. And my first job was actually a part-time job in market research, and it was not even regular. I was called to work maybe once every 2 weeks for a few days, and the money was not even much, but that was the beginning of a journey. So that challenge of actually not having a stable job in the beginning and choosing to even go quite low because you don't have something that you studied for, trained for. It was not there in the market. It's okay to start somewhere and then go to what you dream of doing. So first challenge is not getting what you have studied for, and then you have to opt for something that is really not in your line. Second challenge was when I started working as an international staff. I had to leave my job in the country, and I had to go international. And this was at a time when it was a taboo for you to. It was the time of the UK Exodus, and there were so many stories of how it is that when a man or a woman leaves the family at home and goes international, that's the end of the family. But we had to make a decision with my wife. Say, look, I'm going to go for this, and are we together on this? And as long as my wife and myself were together on it, it didn't matter the other voices that we had from everywhere. Hey, you are making a mistake. Hey, why are you destroying your own family? Hey, why are you doing ABC? So that's something that we told each other that, look, we're going to stick to this through and through. And that has been my life actually through and through, where I've had to be traveling to non-family duty stations. But I made every effort at any point to try and make sure that I get back home, or my wife or my family comes to where I was at any point. Let's look at it this way. I was reading actually. I have quite a number of examples of the people that either started off on a path that was not their dream path, or maybe at that time that was their dream path, but then they later learned that actually, or they later felt that actually their potential lies in a different area. and they have had to start pursuing that different area. And it takes investment in studying, in learning about the particular trade, and some people actually fall into their real career by accident when they have studied something else different. But it's important to start learning of that area while you are still probably doing something else, that you are not trained or that you are not destined to do. It's normal. I think that's the advice I would say. It's normal not to be doing what you don't, which is something that is not in your career path. It's very normal, but remain focused and remain set to achieve it. I know of a lady who started off as a nurse. She trained as a nurse and she did all that she was doing in nursing. But while she was in nursing, she started reading for economics. And she got her first degree in economics. She went ahead to do an MBA, and soon she was already working for the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe as a finance an economist. Okay, and this is what she had always wanted to do. Okay, so you may start off somewhere, but it's not a crime to then move on and then switch ends and go to what your profession is. So it's very normal. So and don't be afraid to start from what is not the real thing, especially those who are in business. You may actually want to be going into cars, buying and selling cars, but you cannot just wake up and start selling cars. Start somewhere at your level. Start selling those bananas and start selling those fruits and vegetables. Grow that shop. Let it be the reference shop for fruits and the vegetables. And as it grows, it raises you the money to buy your first car, and you sell your first car. Run it and run the other business, and then get going and things. Then you will fall into the line that you want. And if you want, you can then sell off the other one, which will also have grown. Or you can keep running it again as a second thing, or sell it off and use the process to then go into your real thing. So it's very normal to start off somewhere which is actually not your career, your actual career. Faithfulness and being faithful to your partner is a decision that one makes. You get to see so many opportunities to cheat and so many opportunities to go wayward, but it calls upon you to be principled and to just know what you're out there for. Many people that we have seen in the world, the aspect of lacking principle and lacking discipline and being unfaithful to their spouses is actually what usually pulls down many mighty men. I would then therefore encourage that make up your mind, make up your decision, and just commit to it, and you will pull through it. I know at one time when I was growing up, I was still a young Christian actually then, and I was trying to walk away from lust and the potential for adultery or fornication. You would feel in your mind that if I don't approach this lady, or if I don't get to this lady, I can't sleep, I will die, but alas, I would wake up the following day and I'm still alive. So it's a question of just denying yourself some of the things that you feel you can't do without, and you just find an excuse not to, and you don't get lost. So it's one of those things that you just have to commit yourself to.
Okay, thank you so much for such amazing and wonderful advice that you do have. I know time is not on our side, and I know we can talk and talk until the next day. So I don't know if you've got your final word that at least you just want to say to the people in 1 minute to say, hey guys, this is what you need to do in summary for you and your advice for the people going into 2022.
Well, I would say, guys, 2022 is here with us. And let's not just focus on 2022. Let's focus on 2022 and beyond. Right there where you are is the right starting point. With or without anything, start somewhere. With or without money, money is not the issue. The thing is the desire. Do you have the desire? Do you have the drive? Go with your drive. You will make mistakes. You will fall into dishes. You will think, but the important thing is not to drown when you fall into a dish. Keep your head up and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And again, while you're doing this, remain prayerful. Have the faith, not only faith in God, but faith that it is going to work out. Even when it looks like all the doors are closed and everything is shut, let me tell you that a dream will never die. And keep, in addition to that, also always keep an open hand. Be a generous person, be giving. Don't hold things to yourself. If you can give $1 to somebody for their transport money, please go ahead and don't forget your parents. Give, respect your parents and take care of them. Give, even if it means, even if they are rich, send something to them from time to time. But those things, small little things like that, giving to the poor, giving to even those that have, respecting even the young and the adults, it opens huge doors for you. And that's what I would say as my closing remark. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amin, for being on our show tonight. We truly appreciate you sharing your story and being able to inspire other people as well to go through their challenges that they do face as well. So thank you so much, Edmore, for being our guest today. And we truly appreciate your time and everything that you've shared with us. Thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any questions, any issues that you want to ask as well, you can type in the comments below. What are your takeaways? What are the things that at least you've learned? And what are the things that at least you've found of value for you in this discussion? You can type it in the comments below and we'll be able to respond to you. And if we need another follow-up session, we'll be able to make again to have Mr. Edmore on our show to answer some of the questions or to share some more information as well. So thank you so much for being part of this show.